Have you ever wondered if the simple breakfast on your plate could quietly be doing harm to your body? Eggs are a staple for so many of us. A simple comfort food that brings back warm memories of family breakfast and slow, peaceful Sunday mornings. But here's the truth you might not know. The way you pair eggs with other foods could be turning a healthy meal into a silent threat. You might think you're making smart choices, but the wrong combination can do far more harm than you realize. In this video, I'm revealing the 4 food pairings you should never eat with eggs if you care about your health and longevity. Each of these combinations looks harmless, maybe even traditional, but when you understand the science and real-life impact, you'll see why experts warn against them, especially for folks in their 60s, 70s, and 80s who want to live long and strong. Stick around until the end because I'm not just going to share what to avoid. I'll help you understand why these foods don't belong together, how to recognize danger signs in your own meals, and the steps you can take to protect your heart, your digestion, and your peace of mind. By the time we're done, you'll know which combinations to steer clear of, how to make your favorite meals safer, and how to keep your plate on the right track. Let's get started. Number 1. Eggs and processed meats, a risky start to the day. One of the most common and beloved breakfast plates in America features eggs right next to bacon, sausage, or ham. It's a classic combination, but for those of us who've lived long enough to see our bodies change, this pairing is one we need to take seriously. Mixing eggs rich in protein and healthy fats with processed meats like bacon or sausage can quietly undermine the very health we're working so hard to protect. Processed meats are loaded with sodium, preservatives, and chemicals like nitrates. When these substances meet the natural compounds in eggs, the combination creates a storm inside the body. For example, nitrates and nitrites found in most processed meats can react with certain amino acids in eggs, forming compounds that have been linked to increased risk of heart problems and certain cancers. While a single breakfast might not seem dangerous, it's the daily habits that build up over time, putting extra stress on your arteries and raising your risk for high blood pressure and heart attacks. Let me tell you about Robert, who's 72 and grew up believing nothing beat a plate of eggs and sausage. It wasn't until he started having trouble with his blood pressure and noticed his energy fading by lunchtime that his doctor suggested taking a closer look at what was really going on his plate. By switching out the sausage for a side of avocado or sautéed spinach, Robert found his mornings got lighter, his blood pressure came down, and he even felt more clear-headed throughout the day. But the issue goes beyond nitrates. Processed meats are also high in saturated fat, and when combined with the cholesterol in eggs, this can be a heavy load for the heart, especially as we age and our arteries aren't as flexible as they used to be. The sodium in these meats can spike blood pressure and cause fluid retention, leaving you feeling sluggish and bloated instead of satisfied and energized. Some folks argue that eating eggs and bacon together never did them any harm. And maybe that was true back when we were young, active, and burning off every calorie we ate. But the truth is our bodies change as we get older. What once was easy on the stomach and the heart can now leave us dealing with indigestion, chest tightness, or a foggy mind that just won't clear. Choosing a better pairing for your eggs is one of the simplest ways to protect your heart and add years to your life. Fresh vegetables, whole grain toast, or even a handful of berries can give you all the satisfaction of a hearty meal without putting your health on the line. Remember, enjoying your food should never mean gambling with your well-being. When you sit down to breakfast, ask yourself, is this meal fueling my body for the long haul? Or is it adding to the wear and tear that can catch up with me over time? Making small changes, one meal at a time, is the path to a stronger, healthier future. One that lets you keep enjoying life on your own terms. Number 2. Eggs and refined sugar, the hidden danger in sweet breakfast. Many of us have fond memories of family breakfasts, where eggs sat beside a stack of pancakes, waffles dripping with syrup, or even a cinnamon roll slathered in icing. It feels comforting, almost nostalgic, but the pairing of eggs with refined sugars, whether in syrup, jelly, pastries, or sweetened drinks, creates a metabolic storm inside the body that most people never see coming, especially as we age. Eggs by themselves are a powerhouse of nutrition. They provide lasting energy, keep you feeling full, and help stabilize blood sugar levels. But the moment you add a big dose of sugar to that plate, things change dramatically. Eating simple carbohydrates and refined sugars with your eggs triggers a rapid rise and fall in your blood sugar, causing your pancreas to work overtime and your body to store extra fat around the midsection. A problem all too familiar for those of us over 60. Let's take Susan for example. She's 68 and used to start her mornings with 2 eggs, toast slathered in jelly and a glass of orange juice. It felt like the perfect balanced breakfast. But as time went on, she noticed her energy crashed by mid-morning, and she often felt jittery or even irritable not long after eating. Her doctor explained that the sugar spike from the jelly and juice, paired with the protein and fat in eggs, was causing wild swings in her blood sugar, setting her up for cravings, mood swings, and a higher risk of developing diabetes down the road. The science is clear: when you mix eggs with a high dose of refined sugar, the body responds with a flood of insulin. Over time, that can lead to insulin resistance, a root cause of type 2 diabetes, heart disease, and even memory problems. For seniors whose bodies are less able to process sugar efficiently, this combination is especially dangerous. You might think, I've been eating eggs and pancakes for decades. Why worry now? The answer is simple. Our metabolism slows as we age. The body becomes less forgiving. And what used to be an innocent treat can quickly turn into a recipe for weight gain, inflammation, and nagging fatigue. You may notice more aches and pains, cloudy thinking, or a stubborn belly that won't budge, often the hidden results of too many sugar-heavy breakfasts. The good news is you don't have to give up sweet flavors entirely. Choose whole fruits instead of syrup or jam. Add a sprinkle of cinnamon to your eggs or swap sugary drinks for unsweetened tea or coffee. These small changes help keep your blood sugar steady and give you the energy you need to enjoy the day without the crash. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 2 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Now let's move forward. Number 3, eggs and soy milk, a problematic pair for digestion and absorption. There's a growing trend among folks looking to eat healthier, especially as we move into our 60s, 70s, or beyond, where eggs are paired with plant-based alternatives like soy milk. Maybe it's an effort to cut back on dairy or just a desire to try something new, but mixing eggs and soy milk at the same meal can quietly work against your body, interfering with how you digest and absorb the nutrients you need. Most eggs, as you know, are a complete protein. They're packed with vitamins and minerals, especially choline, which supports brain health as we age. Soy milk, often touted as a high-protein alternative to cow's milk, comes with its own nutritional profile, full of plant-based proteins and sometimes fortified with calcium and vitamin D. On paper, it looks like a winning combination, but when you put them together, the story changes. Here's the issue. Soy contains natural compounds called trypsin inhibitors. These are substances designed by nature to protect the soybean, but when they reach your stomach, they block the enzymes needed to break down and fully absorb proteins, especially the proteins found in eggs. That means instead of soaking up all the benefits of your eggs, your body is left struggling to access the nutrients, making your meal less nourishing than you intended. There's also the matter of digestion. Many seniors experience slower or more sensitive digestion as the years go by. The combination of eggs and soy milk can increase the risk of bloating, discomfort, and even heartburn. The proteins and anti-nutrients in soy can make it harder for your stomach to break down both foods, leading to lingering heaviness after what should be a simple breakfast. I'll give you a real-life example. Frank, 75, decided to cut back on dairy for his cholesterol, so he started having eggs with a glass of soy milk every morning. After a few weeks, he found himself feeling unusually tired and less mentally sharp, no matter how much he slept. His doctor suggested switching the soy milk for almond milk, which doesn't interfere with protein digestion in the same way. Within days, Frank felt more energetic and his morning aches and fog lifted. But it's not just about how you feel after breakfast. Over time, consistently missing out on key nutrients, especially protein and choline, can slow muscle repair, weaken immunity, and even impact memory and focus. For seniors determined to maintain strength and independence, this is a risk you don't want to ignore. So what can you do instead? If you want a non-dairy beverage with your eggs, try almond, oat, or coconut milk. These options don't contain the same inhibitors as soy. And if you love soy milk, enjoy it at another meal, separate from your eggs, so your body can get the most from both foods. Every choice you make at the table adds up. By understanding how even the healthiest foods can clash, you're taking charge of your well-being and setting yourself up for more vibrant years ahead, all while still enjoying the comfort foods you love. Number 4, eggs and raw onions, a surprising combo with hidden risks. Eggs and onions show up together in all sorts of classic dishes, omelets, scrambles, and breakfast skillets. Most of us have cooked up this combo at one time or another, thinking we're doing our bodies a favor by adding a little crunch and flavor to our morning meal. But here's a hidden truth. Eating eggs with raw onions can quietly trigger a cascade of digestive and nutritional problems, especially as we get older and our systems grow more sensitive. Onions, when eaten raw, are loaded with natural compounds called sulfur-containing substances. These give onions their bite and distinctive aroma, but they are also quite powerful in the way they interact with other foods, especially the proteins and fats found in eggs. When you eat raw onions with eggs, these compounds can interfere with the body's ability to digest and absorb key nutrients, leading to indigestion, bloating, and even nausea for some folks. I remember hearing about Helen Audie, who loved adding a handful of raw onions to her egg salad every Sunday. She'd never had trouble when she was younger, but in recent years, she noticed her stomach felt unsettled for hours after her meal. Her doctor explained that as we age, our digestive enzymes decrease, our gut becomes less resilient. The sulfur compounds in raw onions can make the stomach work harder to break down both the onions and the eggs, sometimes leading to stomach upset or even a mild sense of heartburn. But that's not all. These same compounds can bind to certain vitamins and minerals in eggs, particularly B vitamins and some forms of iron, making it harder for your body to absorb them. Over time, this can chip away at your energy levels, leaving you feeling fatigued and less able to bounce back from daily activities. For seniors, aiming to maintain their strength and keep their minds sharp, this hidden drain on nutrition can make a real difference. There's another layer to the social side. Many people find that eating raw onions, especially in combination with eggs, can lead to persistent bad breath, a problem that's embarrassing and sometimes even discourages folks from socializing or participating in community meals. For those living alone or already struggling with feelings of isolation, anything that gets in the way of connecting with others can be a bigger issue than we like to admit. Does this mean you need to give up onions entirely? Not at all. Cooking onions changes their chemical structure, breaking down those harsh sulfur compounds and making them easier to digest. A sautéed onion in your omelet is not only gentler on your stomach but can actually enhance the flavors without the downside. The key is to listen to your body and notice how you feel after meals. If you find you're uncomfortable or sluggish after eating eggs and raw onions together, it might be time to make a simple swap. Protecting your health as you age isn't just about what you eat. It's about how you put foods together and how those choices make you feel day in and day out. By making thoughtful changes to even the most familiar meals, you can keep enjoying food, friends, and freedom well into your later years. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 4 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Now let's move forward. Final thoughts. As we wrap up today's video, I encourage you to pause and reflect on the meals you've enjoyed over the years, and how even small changes in your habits can lead to big improvements in your health and well-being. The combinations we've talked about, eggs with processed meats, refined sugar, soy milk, and raw onions, might seem innocent enough on the surface, but each pairing holds the potential to quietly chip away at your vitality, especially as the years go by. What stood out to you the most? Is there a particular food combination that surprised you, or one that you recognize from your own kitchen table? Maybe you're already making some of these changes, or perhaps you're ready to try something new after learning how these everyday foods can interact in ways that either help or hinder your health. Remember, this isn't about guilt or fear, it's about empowerment. The more you know, the better choices you can make for yourself and for those you care about. Eating well isn't just about the foods you choose, but how you put them together and how those decisions make you feel, not just today but for years down the line. So as you head into your next meal, I hope you'll carry with you a new sense of confidence and curiosity. Trust yourself to notice what your body needs, and don't be afraid to make a simple swap here and there. It's the small mindful decisions that add up to a life well lived. Thank you for joining us today. We'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment below and share one thing you learned today, and how you plan to use it in your life. Your thoughts are important to us, so don't hesitate to share them. Reading your comments gives us great motivation and encouragement. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please like, subscribe, and share. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Thanks for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video.